Kesa. A coalition of prominent human rights organizations and advocacy groups in Kenya has issued a joint statement urging President William Ruto to officially declare femicide a national crisis and disaster. Citing a troubling rise in brutal murders of women and girls, the coalition calls for an immediate coordinated government response to address the systematic violence women face nationwide. The coalition highlighted recent cases including the murders of Starlet, Wahu and Rita, Waeni, the discovery of 6 women's bodies in Kware, Embakasi linked to a primary suspect, Jumaisi, who remains at large, and the recent death of Yvonne, Jirangwa, a 23-year-old trainee nun whose body was found in a sewer pit in Rongo.
The media has reported and highlighted the murders of at least 6 women whose bodies were dumped in Kware, Embakasi, shocking the entire country as well as the world. The main suspect in these horrific murders, Jumaisi, escaped from Gigiri police station, and to date, his whereabouts are unknown.
Yesterday, the country woke up to the utter shock of the media reports that the body of Yvonne Jirangwa, a 23-year-old trainee Catholic nun, was found in a sewer pit within Rongo Parish Convent. So far, Fida-Kenya is aware of at least 30 cases of women who have died in the hands of intimate partners as a result of domestic violence and femicide. These cases have been reported to the National Police Service, but unfortunately, the pace of investigations is excruciatingly slow.
We can no longer afford to treat femicide as an isolated series of incidents. It is a national emergency that requires urgent and coordinated responses from the highest offices in the land.
The coalition, comprising Fida-Kenya, Siasa Place, and the Center for Community Development and Human Rights, expressed grief and outrage at what they describe as failures in protecting women's constitutional rights, including the right to life, safety, and security.
The President should officially declare femicide a national crisis and a disaster. The Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, that is the ODPP, must provide a detailed public update on the status of investigations and prosecutions of all suspects tied to these femicide cases.
Should there be no action within the next 30 days, we will consider other options, including mobilizing a nationwide picketing of women to demand our right to safety and justice. We cannot allow femicide to become a normalized part of a society. Enough is enough.
They have urged the President to direct the National Police Service to release a comprehensive update on investigations into these murders within 14 days. In 2024 alone, Fida-Kenya has documented at least 30 cases of women killed by intimate partners in acts of domestic violence and femicide. The coalition emphasized that delayed investigations have hindered justice, emboldening perpetrators, and deepening the trauma for victims' families.
Many faces. And I'm telling you, amongst us, there are people who are named in the suspect of the said murder.
In 2024, so far, Fida-Kenya is aware of at least 30 cases of women who have died in the hands of intimate partners as a result of domestic violence and femicide. These cases have been reported to the National Police Service, but unfortunately, the pace of investigations is excruciatingly slow.
Many times we are told no stone will be left unturned. Alafu wiki moja, wiki mbili, na amewauliza, do you see these stones being turned? We pray and hope that this will indeed be the last time.
The coalition further called on the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, ODPP, to provide a public update on the status of investigations and prosecutions related to femicide cases. They also appealed for the urgent appointment of a Gender Cabinet Secretary to lead efforts in preventing and responding to femicide.
Further, the National Police Service is yet to issue a comprehensive statement on the circumstances that led to his escape and steps towards his rearrest and prosecution.
The President should officially declare femicide a national crisis and a disaster, assuring the public that his administration is working actively to protect women and girls across the nation.
The coalition suggested that this cabinet secretary role is crucial for fostering cross-sector collaborations and raising awareness on gender-based violence, including electronically facilitated gender-based violence, EFGBV.
Let us rethink femicide as a crime, as a standalone crime, because what is happening is that some of these suspects, when they are arraigned in court, they are charged with the normal, murder.